Good mid-morning, guys. Okay, I'm gonna give you the lunchtime video a little early today, and this will be the last one until live stream tonight. Hope you guys can make it for that, because I still got a few of these I got to deal with. But I got a busy day ahead of me. One thing included is now that it's been dry for about 36 hours, won't be tromping through the mud, but I want to get some pond sealant in there and keep going on my project that seems to be taking forever. But what I want to talk about is food, okay, and food shortages. And I know you guys have probably said, okay, we're hearing a million things about food shortages or whatever it is, but I want to kind of get into it because this is the time now, here we are mid-December, where you really need to start figuring out how you're going to solve this, because everywhere I can see news stories, and you guys probably have too, is 2023 food-wise is going to make 2022 look like a walk in the park, okay? Europe is already saying we're screwed. The World Health Organization, food organizations, and everything like that are saying 2023 is going to be a crisis year, et cetera, et cetera. And not that 2022 was anything to write home to mom about. It certainly wasn't a good deal. But we're starting to see those food shortages come in that we all talked about in the spring and summer, saying wait till the harvest comes in, that nobody ever wanted to listen to preppers about it, but we were right. But now what comes into play is let's start prepping for next year, all right? And this means getting your seed. If you're planning on raising chickens, get your chickens, whatever would be. I'm going to give you a couple of things. We all know rice. I did a video the other day on what's going on with rice, and I mean, California just being trashed, okay? And, you know, as the quote comes from the Department of Agriculture, rice is in serious trouble. That's the USDA's quote on this, all right? But I want to give you some of the other things. How about citrus fruit? Your oranges, your lemons, your limes, your grapefruits, that sort of stuff, all right? The orange crop production, according to the USDA, is going to be a record low in 2023. 2022 sucked, okay? There were 41 million boxes of oranges that were delivered in 2022. In 2023, they're expecting 28 million boxes. That's a 32% drop. That would be the lowest level of oranges since 1943. Getting the idea? Okay. Not that you can go out and plant an orange tree in most of the country anyway, and even if you did, you're not going to have oranges next year. But something to pay attention to. Cost of oranges, cost of orange juice. You can freeze orange juice, guys, or buy the frozen concentrated orange juice. If you drink orange juice, it might be worthwhile to stick a dozen, 2 dozen of those in the freezer while you can get them, okay? USDA also says, quote, you should be prepared for a major meat shortage. Okay. Let's talk about some of the things there. We know what's going on with beef. There's a ton of beef going to market, right? You'd think that would be driving the price down. But again, got to think past here. Farmers can't afford to feed the cows. There's a drought. Farmers can't afford to water the cows. So they are taking the cows to slaughter. That is what's kind of holding the price steady right now for beef. Here's the problem. You don't plant beef. Cows reproduce. If they're sending all the herd to slaughter, there is no cattle to reproduce. All these calves and stuff that they are sending off to turn into your hamburger, your steaks, whatever you're eating, means they aren't making more little calves. Get ready for that. That's coming, all right? Oh, this isn't a big deal right there. It's beef, right? I'll eat something different. Pork. Let's talk about this. We are in a bacon shortage, Okay, let's just think of it. Bacon's pretty much what everybody loves bacon, right? Bacon comes from a pig. Pork chops come from a pig. Ham comes from a pig. Okay, reminds me of Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction. Pork chops are good. But this is it. If there's a bacon shortage, that means the rest of the pork products are short too, because there's only, you don't have a bacon factory. You have a pork producers. That's it. All right. So prepare for that. Don't have to tell you about chickens and bird flu. And I mean, every day, another 1.2 million chickens were culled in this state, yada, yada, yada. Okay. We know the price of eggs. That's ridiculous. All right. So I decided to go take a look now for posterity reasons, because we already know that the price of this stuff is going to be insane. But I wanted to take a look at some things, staples that we get. So I want you to look at some of these pictures. These are this morning's prices at Food City, which is a regional grocery chain down here in the Southeast. Okay, we've got Food City, Ingles, and Kroger are basically the three. And Kroger website doesn't allow me to make a decent screenshot. So I went with Food City, which is the other big one. Okay. So let's look at these screenshots. A couple of them. First one, you guys know. 18 eggs. That would be store brand eggs, not Eggland's Best or anything. Store brand eggs. Almost $6 for 18 eggs. Just saying. All right. Lettuce. Actually, from what you guys have told me, this is cheap. Granted, store brand head lettuce, $2.19. Okay. Lettuce is real easy to grow, guys. It's also if you want romaine lettuce or leaf lettuce or something, it's a cut and come again. So you can plant one thing and keep getting off the same lettuce all season. Something to have in your garden, something to put in a pot. All right. Again, eggs, unless you have chickens or a source to get eggs, something to think about. You can freeze eggs. All right. Tell you how you do this. Crack your eggs, scramble it up, put it in a freezer bag, flatten it down. You can freeze them like that. They stack real nice. Okay. Yeah, you're not going to have hard-boiled eggs for breakfast, but for baking or for scrambled eggs or something like that, there's a way to get eggs. If you can find them cheap, do it. Water glassing your eggs, you guys know that. You can only do that with fresh eggs. Don't try to do it with store-bought eggs. But we're going to see eggs go even higher. Let's look at the second one, all right? Take a look at this. This is what I was talking about. Bacon. Again, I'm talking store brand, which I get a feeling a lot of us are buying store brand. I looked at Oscar Mayer bacon was $7.99 a pound. $7.99 a pound. Notice this is $5 for 12 ounces, 3/4 of a pound. Okay. Bacon price going up. Oranges, the aforementioned story I told you there. Look at that. 2 for $3. $1.50 per orange. Okay. I should think about this. Let's say you were making minimum wage. Was it $7.50 or $8 or whatever it would be? After taxes, you can buy about 5 oranges for an hour's worth of work. Just want you to think about that. All right. Let's take a look at the next one that I pulled up here. All right. Peppers, something that are prolific and you can grow. $1.69 a piece. Okay. Not a pound, per pepper. You get a lot of peppers on one pepper plant. Okay. If you like peppers, plant them. Milk. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Grocery store brand again. $4.49 a gallon. What was it? A year ago? Sorry. It's the obligatory weekly sneeze. Okay. Was it a year ago? I think I was paying $2.69 a gallon, something like that. So yeah, we've got prices coming close to double. Let's move on to the next one here. Rotisserie chickens. How many of you guys pick these up every once in a while? Hey, it's a quick meal, whatever it is. Mrs. P and I like them or whatever. 6 months ago, they were $4.99 to get a rotisserie chicken at the grocery store. They are now $8.99. This is the deal with the chicken flu, okay? Price of chicken has doubled. Do not give me this 8% inflation bullshit. There's something that the price of it has doubled in 2022. Not in the last 2 years, last 6 months. Okay. I talked about the next one online or on the live stream the other day. Avocados, $2 each. Remember what I told you about avocados? Grown in California, shipping to Mexico. Grown in Mexico, shipping to the United States. $2 each for avocados. Okay. Avocados, good food for you. All right. But at that price, and most of us can't grow avocados. Just saying. Might want to figure out some way to get that out of your diet. And let's take a look at the last one I pulled up. I didn't want to go nuts on this. Corn. We can all grow corn. I grow corn. You can grow corn pretty much anywhere in the United States. Look at the price. $6 for 4 ears of corn. $1.50 an ear. Now, granted, it's December. I'll give you that. But I remember just a couple of years ago, you go in the summertime, 5 ears for $1. Now we're talking $1.50 an ear. Guys, plant corn, and corn is pretty easy to grow. You don't need to do a whole lot with it other than nitrogen fertilizers. Okay. And you can freeze your ears of corn. I've still got ears of corn. I've got canned corn that we made from our corn last year. I got frozen ears of corn. It was really nice the other day having a fresh ear of corn for dinner in December. Watermelon, okay? Here's another one easy to grow, okay? I grew mine last year in 5-gallon buckets, okay? A couple of sticks and made a little trellis for it, right? $10 a watermelon. There's hardly any nutritional value in a watermelon, okay? It's just a comfort food. It's good. A lot of water in a watermelon, go figure. Very good if you're dehydrated to eat watermelon. It's got all the sugars in it. It's got all the water in it. $10 for a freaking watermelon. Okay, mind you this, we go back to my minimum wage deal, that's an hour and 15 minutes work for a watermelon. It's time to start looking for what you're going to eat next year. Because if these are the prices now, what do you think the prices are going to be next summer, next winter? Okay, imagine that corn is now $8, a watermelon is $15. I mean, a dozen eggs is $10. That's where we're heading, guys. Come up with your planting plan now to put away whatever you can, because in the spring, seeds are going to get tougher and tougher and tougher to come by. Seeds are cheap, relatively. Okay, you can grow a lot. I mean, for the price of one pepper, I can get a whole bag of seeds. I can grow more than one pepper. Start planning this now. Don't try to catch up like all the people who think they're being smart. Oh, I'll just go buy my seeds in March or April when I'm ready to plant. Why aren't there any seeds? Remember last year going to Walmart and seeing all the plants that they had for sale, the starter plants? You know, you buy a pepper plant that was this high and they wanted $5 or $6 for it, and it looked like crap. Don't get caught in that. If you want to eat, guys, start your planning now. Figure out what you're going to do. Like I said the other day in the video, this is a good time to go into the Walmarts, the hardware stores, the co-ops, and look at the clearance racks and see if they've got bags of fertilizer, anything like that. This is the time now, December, winter, when you want to be looking at what your fall or your spring planting is going to be. Don't wait till spring. Then you fight everybody else for a limited supply and pay top-end prices. Right now, ain't a whole lot of people that are looking for gardening stuff, and you can get it on the cheap. And you know what? If you want to eat next year and not look at your bank account and go, how the hell are we going to do this? Now's the time to do it. Pinball out.